I always forget. I want to take my glasses off when I do these. I just had a nice bath, so that's why I look how I do. Hopefully this is cut off where I want because I don't have a bra. Anyways, I'm... Oh, I have to check something quick. I didn't realize this was visible here. Let me have a look here. I just need to see what's showing. Okay, it's just nothing personal showing. That's good. Okay. So this is not mine. This is my friend's. So I just thought it'd be cute to have in the video. I was hoping it would stay, but I don't think it's going. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So it's a carbuncle from Final Fantasy 14. I finally went to a convention after staying away from conventions for 7 years, and by conventions I mean like anime, sci-fi, kind of just general nerdy conventions. And I made a video on... Oh, something's popping up here. I can't see. I have to put my glasses on. Huh. That was super weird. I don't know what popped up. It's gone now. Yeah, so I stopped going to nerdy conventions and stuff like that for about 7 years. I made a video on that. There's another live up here somewhere kind of explaining why, and it was kind of like, oh, I was just feeling like the very last one I went to, there wasn't like a lot of stuff I like really felt I could relate to, basically. And then I had also mentioned how like I had like a fear of the community because I had really like bad experiences. Like not specifically that convention, but other conventions and stuff. And just like I was feeling like it really wasn't a space for someone like myself. Um, and like I still feel like a little bit where I kind of stay away from like other artists and I stay away from like other cosplayers and stuff. Um, just because like I am just very cautious about it now, whereas before I was a little more open to it. And but I had a really nice experience this last time I went. And the reason why I went is originally I wasn't going to go. I was kind of thinking about it because usually like I'm working, so I can't go to a lot of the conventions in the town that I live in or the city that I live in. And or sometimes I just haven't had the money, or it's been very expensive. There've been a couple of different reasons. So even when I sort of think of going, I'm like, this is probably better not to. I probably won't enjoy myself and all that. So yeah, and there was just a giant anxiety around it from like some really bad experiences I had to. So I would actually like start to shake, even at the thought of like going to a convention and stuff. And I did have that a little bit at this one, but it wasn't too bad. And basically, why I was able to go is my friend offered to pay for me. I was like, well, someone else is paying, and I don't want my friend to go alone. I also don't want to go alone. So my friend actually offered to pay for all 3 days. They were like, "Oh, you'll enjoy like the convention by yourself." I was like, I really don't want to go by myself, which like before that would have been no problem. But now I feel very awkward because I'm older and stuff. And the reason why I feel awkward is I don't know. I just feel like in my experience from what I've seen is like I don't see really like a lot of older people going by themselves. A lot of people my age are usually accompanying their kids or like they're usually like with people and stuff. And it's more common like younger people might go by themselves to make friends and stuff. Um, but yeah, I don't see a lot of like just people around my age going by themselves. Like I'm sure there are. And also when you're older, you can't really have that same sort of interaction like when you're younger, where you're like, oh, let's be friends and stuff because you don't know the age of anyone, right? And I'm doing this like I'm still wearing my glasses. Um, yeah, and it's just it was so that's another thing is I can't really make friends at these things anymore because I just don't know anyone's age, and I don't want to be like the older person like going up to younger people being like, hey, like add me on like Instagram or something, and you find out like they're 16 or something. That's just not okay. um yeah, so like having the interaction is a little hard. But the nice thing is I actually had like a really good experience going through the vendors and the artist alley, which was really nice. So um, yeah, so my friend and I just went for the Friday of the convention. It is like the slower days to go Friday or Sunday usually. Um, and like that worked out really well because it was fairly quiet. The convention also isn't like a big convention in general. This kind of hurting my neck now because I'm slanted. Um, I don't know what to do with this. There, you can stay there. Um, yeah, and I was like, oh well, there's not really any panels I want to go to because a lot of stuff you can just find on YouTube now. There wasn't really any guests I wanted to see, so we basically just met up with another friend there, and then we went to the vendors hall in the artist alley, and that was like lots of fun. I should have filmed this when I was, at my place because I could show you some of the things I got, which were really nice. Um, yeah, I can't really change the view here. Anyways, um, yeah, and like this time, because I said like there's been times I've gone to like vendor markets and stuff like that or artist alley, and um, the people there aren't really friendly, and it's hit or miss. There's no way it's like it's just random, right? And everyone was like really friendly and like engaging, and a lot of the artists were really cute because even like people who were kind of like shy, as soon as you like go by their booth, they'd be like sitting and like doing something else, and then you like walk by their booth and you see them light up, and then they're like, and they just stand there, and like you can tell they're like, do I say hi? Do I not say hi? There's quite a few like that, which I thought was really adorable. So I was like just saying hi to them. Um, but I thought that was quite cute to just see like a lot of really enthusiastic artists there where they're just like, oh, customer kind of thing. And like they were doing it with everyone. Um, and I found some really cool like jewelry brands and stuff, which are like safe with my allergies, and the people were lovely. Possibly might have found a new makeup company I can use too. I should have tried the testers when I was there, and I was foolish and I didn't. So when I have money again, like when I'm working or something, I'll give it a go because it kind of seems like it's similar to the makeup brand I currently use chemical wise. So I feel like it might work for me. And it's like they've got some really cool colors and things. And it's like liquid eyeliner they sell and stuff. It looks really cool. Um, so yeah. And then like the person was really nice too. So like I like to always, support like local people if I can and all that sort of stuff. Although the company I like use right now is a Canadian company. They're actually out of Winnipeg. Um, yeah. So what else? I'm just trying to think here. So yeah, that was lots of fun. Ran into like lots of people into Final Fantasy 14, which unfortunately I can't play it because my Surface doesn't support it anymore. Which I did really like it for just general downtime and whatnot. And I was like really progressing well with the story, and I'm like, ah, damn, now I can't like do anymore. Unless like I like come over to my friends or something and I like use their computer whilst they're at work or something. But right now I don't really have the money to pay for what's it like the subscription for that. Um, Even though like right now is like the perfect time because I'm not working at the moment, so you can actually get through the expansions pretty quickly if you just like spend the full day on it. Um, but yeah, that's not really something in the cards right now. That would be great, like when I get my what's it, my IUD implant changed because I can't move for 2 weeks and I get kind of bored and stuff. But I might just need to sleep. But because then I could just play the video games. That's what I've done quite a few times when I've had like endo stuff done because I can't move. I usually end up playing video games during like my recovery period. For the times that I can stay awake, because like the last like heavy endo surgery I had, which was removing my ovary, I was on very strong medication, so I could not stay awake even if I wanted to. Um, but it was better because the pain was quite bad from that. Yeah, so it was. I'm doing the thing again, like a cat. Yeah, it was nice, and it was fun to just talk to the different artists, and I got way too much merchandise, which is like I was like, "Oh, no, I have to, like, eat a lot of the same meals, for a few weeks because I was not smart about my spending." So I spent a little more than I planned, and, like, one of my friends got me a few things too whilst we were there, so I ended up with, quite a few different, like, pins and, like, keychains and stickers and earrings and stuff. Um, a lot of it was, just kinda cute stuff and, um just like Japanese themed stuff, and then a lot of Final Fantasy 14 themed stuff. Um, so yeah, I'll show it one day. I've got a really nice little setup now with my Final Fantasy stuff. It's kind of getting a bit busy though. Um, yeah, I also went to a Final Fantasy concert um, a few weeks ago too, and that was like a birthday gift from one of my friends. So yeah, but returning to like just the convention scene was nice to like just see everyone's costumes. There's so many good costumes there. Um, and just like be in that environment with friends again, even though we're all like much older now. Um, a lot of us were like, we need to sit constantly. I've been like that for a while, but it's kind of funny to see my friends like that now. So, because like for me, it's I've just been like that for the last who knows how many years at this point. I lost track, but because now they're just like we're all getting older. Like I'm seeing my friends have health issues that I've had in like my 20s. Um, so that's kind of funny. It's not funny because it sucks and it's it's paid for them, but it's like it's just interesting to see that where they're like, oh, I have to sit down too with you, and like, oh yeah, it's too warm in here for me as well. Um, so that was nice in a way that like they were moving at my own pace, and like even by like 8 or 9, I was like, I'm ready to go home, and they're like, yeah, me too. So um yeah, it's very hard for me still to like I did have a bit of a hard time going around the convention. Like if you've watched other videos of mine or you follow me somewhere else, I do mention like a lot of times like, I have quite a lot of health issues and I've been really struggling with extreme fatigue issues lately. And so like yeah, just walking around the vendors hall, and it's a fair size, but it's not like a huge convention again. Like they do pretty good size for the type of convention they have. Um, but it's not like say the ones you see in really really big cities where it's literally like taking up like a huge arena or something like that, right? Um, but I found yeah I was still getting oh it's stuttering there. Haven't started in a video for a while. I was still getting very tired quite easily, and I did go in costume. I was wearing my sort of like a closet cosplay of um, Lightning's outfit at the end of Lightning Returns, at the very very end, where she has like her normal wear. I did realize the pants on that are kind of wonky though, so I have to maybe adjust those or find new pants because they looked really funny in photos. I also realized I completely forget how to model. I kind of knew that a little bit because I was trying to like do some like modeling things. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some pictures I put up there of other cosplays, like just closet ones, and like the posing in them is so bad. But like when I was trying at the convention to do posing, um, I was like I saw the pictures after. I'm like, oh my god, I completely forget. Like I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, which is kind of sad because I felt I was getting really really good at poses and modeling and stuff, and like really knowing my body and my angles and things like that, and just how fabric sits and everything. Um, and now it's just really bad. But that's okay. And I think what I'm going to do to get better with that is I'm just going to start doing practice poses every week. Um, well, not every week, but every few days or something like that, just to get used to, doing things. And I also knew how to pose really well with like my mobility issues and things like that. Um, I don't really feel like my mobility has gotten worse, but it doesn't really affect the way I pose because I was already posing like I was posing with my disabilities, working with the poses, if that makes sense. Um, the only issue is like I definitely do get more tired. So like even when I'm struggling to talk a little in this video, if you're noticing, like I'm kind of trailing off and going all over the place more than usual. It's become really, really hard for me to like just make sentences. I can still do it, thankfully, but I'm really, really trying. Um, and it's almost like if you've ever been like sedated for a surgery and you wake up from that and you're like really druggy and you're trying to make sentences, or if you have like really, really bad brain fog. It feels worse than brain fog because I've had brain fog for like years and years, and it feels worse than that. It sometimes almost feels like uh, like Alzheimer's or like dementia or something like that. Not that I've had that before, but just from knowing people who have had that and like what they describe. Um, I very much have like a Dory memory now, like from Finding Nemo, where my short term is not great sometimes. Sometimes it's like really, really bad, but my long term is still good. And someone can tell me, like, say, if someone told me something today, um, the next day I might not remember it, even the day after, even like 30 seconds after someone telling me. But it will come into my brain like at the end of the week or something like that. So I've been doing some like memory exercises and whatnot. And I think part of that is like I've just had a lot of problems when I got my ovary removed, which I knew was going to happen. And I just have had like a lot of extreme stress as well too. And I think my brain is just um, like I have talked to doctors about this, and this is kind of the conclusion that it's a combo of like the lack of the ovary giving me kind of like premenopausal symptoms, and then which affects memory and brain function and all that, and also just extreme stress and extreme pain all the time, and it's just making my brain work overtime. I've also been having a lot of TN flare-ups, which is trigeminal neuralgia, not to be confused with TMJ, which is a joint thing here. Trigeminal neuralgia is more up here. It's nerves and blood vessels in your brain hitting stuff. So it's very different. One is not dangerous. The other is like kind of dangerous if it goes wonky one day. So yeah, just everything's quite hard cognitively. I've even kind of like I knew what I was talking about, but I've kind of really gone off here. I know it was like convention stuff, but to do like the recall in a short time is quite hard. And I've just like made my friends aware. But yeah, circling back to convention stuff and nerdy things. I'm even like I'm already completely tired now just from doing this video. Like I'm very, very tired. It feels like I've been walking or running a lot, and it feels like I've done a really long presentation or something, and so I have really extreme fatigue right now. I know I don't look like it. A lot of people are saying like I'm hiding a lot of my things well, or like masking, I guess. But yeah, so like I said, we didn't do much else at the convention, just because we spent probably 2-3 hours and the just like looking at shopping stuff, and we did like wander around a bit after, but a lot of like the panels weren't really things I was like interested in, and my friend wasn't too interested in things as well. We checked some stuff out, but it wasn't like what we thought. And yeah, we were both pretty tired because my friend had worked late that day too. So, and we had like a long bus ride back. So we were just like, oh, well, this was good and fun. We just headed home. Oh yeah, and then he took some pictures for me, which, like I said, were very bad. Um, I didn't really have like the courage to go on the bus in my costume, even though it was like pretty tame, other than like the wig being like a baby pink. But there's like a lot of people with like dyed hair and really funky colors where I live. Um, so it's not like it's that bizarre, but it's also very cold too. So I wanted to have like my winter hat and everything. So I actually like changed at the convention. Like I had some stuff on before, and then I put the wig on at the convention. Um, but like I didn't really do like what I normally would. So, and I think part of it, I realized actually then that I've actually never gone to a convention like via bus. Um, I've always like either been right on the site and stayed at the hotel where the convention is happening or very close by, or um, like I've been driven. So I've never been like in public transit in my costume. Um, oh, actually, no, that's not true. Just once for like a photo shoot. But again, it wasn't like a super out there costume as well. Um, and I was with like a lot of other people, and there was like, yeah, lots of people going to the convention and stuff. Um, so it was kind of like I felt a little more comfortable. I didn't really feel so comfortable um, this time, and also like my landlord doesn't know I cosplay and stuff, and I didn't really want them to see me because, especially when you're an older cosplayer, there's like people can either be. I'm just checking what time it is, just to see when my friend might be coming back from work. Um, they're fine with me filming here. I just, want to be able to greet them and stuff. I lost my train of thought now. Ay. It's there. It's coming. Oh yeah. So just like I said, if you're older, people are either like, "Oh, that's great. You have such a cool hobby at your age, right?" Or you have people who are like, "Oh, you're in your mid-30s and you're still playing dress up." So and like you don't have like I'm not like married. I don't have kids and stuff like that. I don't have a house. So sometimes people can, be weird about that. But I'm just like I need a hobby. So this is just the hobby that I do. Like I said, even though I wasn't going to conventions, like I just made costumes and took pictures at home and showed it to my friends just because it's something to do. And like some of the costumes, the clothing items I could wear as normal wear too. So I was like, why not? It's a reason to, dress up and feel pretty because I don't really have reasons for that anymore. So, and like, I mean, in an extravagant way, like not because you can like, wear whatever you want, but a lot of times I'm too sick to like dress super fancy anymore. So when I get to do it once in a while, it's really nice. Um, yeah. What else was I gonna say? So yeah, I just kind of threw on something very easy. I didn't really do much makeup because my acne was very cystic. You can probably see it's still not the best. It's finally starting to heal. It looked really bad a while ago. And I even had it all over like my neck and stuff too. You can see on like here, it's been quite bad. To do with it's to do with my medication and my endo, and like when both of those things are flaring up quite frequently, it's been so bad lately. Yeah, it's not fun. It's really uncomfortable too sometimes. So I just have to really take care of it. Like I have wounds basically. Um, and putting makeup on it is very bad for it. So it'll just get infected. So I didn't want to do that. Um, so I felt like I was like really half-assing the costume, which kind of sucked, but I was like, this is the best I can do. And I also can't wear wig caps anymore. So I'm either going to have to make myself like a custom one, or I might even try and get like a men's wig cap or something, because the ladies' wig caps are just too tight, and my trigeminal neuralgia is so bad right now that if I wear a wig cap, I can't even wear some of my wigs, and I can't do some of the tightening on it too. So like I do have a lot of gaps. You can see like my hair hanging out and things, which I always hated that, and I still hate that. But I really like, it's a thing of trigeminal neuralgia is, quite painful and quite serious, and I don't want to hurt myself. So and I can't put like paint in my hair and stuff like that because my scalp and skin and hair are all really sensitive. Um, so luckily my hair is pretty short most of the time. It's usually like this. Sometimes it's even shorter, so I don't really need a wig cap, so that works. Yay me. um, and yeah, and a lot of my costumes, I like the fancier ones I have. I'm in the process of updating them because they have to be more endo friendly. A lot of them aren't, and then some of them I've just kind of outgrown them a bit, so I have to like adjust them to my new body size. Because some of them are from when I was like 17, and I'm much older now. So I just need to adjust like maybe the waistband, or like I can't wear like wire bras anymore. So some of my costumes have built-in bras with wire, so I have to like adjust that and things. But none of those are ready. They'll be ready closer to this summer, or the end of the year, I'm thinking. I don't think it's going to be that long, honestly. I'm through quite a few of them. But yeah, those costume upgrades need to be done first before I can wear them. So that's why I just went with what I had. And I realized after, I'm like, oh, I could have actually worn my Luna Helluva Boss costume and like winterized it, and that also would have been comfy. But I didn't think of that till after. So, oh, and I also don't have the ears for that made yet. I'm gonna make some ears, so I think that's why I didn't do it. But yeah, overall, it was nice to go back to something like that again. I had very positive experience with like just the environment there, and the atmosphere. And yeah, I was quite happy. It was nice to, after so many years, dress up again, go to a convention. And yeah, I had lots of fun, even though it was quite short. And basically, yeah, we just did shopping, grabbed food, had a bit of a look around, and then headed home. Don't think there's anything else. I appreciate if you've made it to the end of this video. Yeah, videos are pretty hard for me to do now for cognitive reasons. I would like to do a video when I show how I'm going to make my seat cushions and stuff like that. I think it would be helpful, but we'll see. I was making really good progress with my costumes, and like I made really good progress with my general sewing. Costumes kind of had to be delayed, and even the last few weeks, general sewing had to be delayed because I had to rush to work on a friend's birthday present, which if I was wearing pants, I would get up and grab it and show you guys what it was. This t-shirt is pretty long. I'm wearing it as like a night dress. But yeah, I don't have pants on, and I don't want to flash the camera. I don't need to say this. I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm so bad for that. I like give way too much information sometimes. I'm like, why? That's not necessary. But I know that's part of like what entertains people here too. So yeah, so I'm gonna end this now, and we're gonna we'll have Carbuncle say bye. He's like bye. And I have like lots of other adventures I could tell you about. I have like I'll do a video one day, maybe more on like health updates and stuff. But I kind of just did it here, so there's not too much. I'm getting very, very, very tired. Excuse me. I would really like to not burp in a video. I don't know why I burp all the time in videos. I really don't. It has to be like how I sit or something like that. But yeah, I'm just really tired a lot. I'm even going just a very short distance just doing a phone call sometimes, which it that's not normal for me to get tired from something like that. Yeah, it sucks. And even I notice this might be my medication. I'm kind of hoping it is, but I'm getting like, so I do get like a sensory overload thing, but I can still do a fair bit before that's an issue. Um, and I was getting like, it was getting worse a few months ago before medication, but it seems really bad lately. So I don't know if it's just, it's just, it seems like it's just the timing, or if it actually is the medication. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I get burnout even from hearing my own voice sometimes for like just a few minutes, and I'm like, I have sensory burnout from my own voice. And I get sensory burnout just from things that I never ever used to. Even just like watching things. I've had troubles for a while watching things with like flashing lights or like too much movement and whatnot. Kind of like how someone with like epilepsy might have troubles with um, lights and like explosions in like a show or something like that. Um, or like certain sounds in movies and stuff like that. But they have to be like quite intense, right? Or very specific movements. And now I'm finding even when I just like scroll through Instagram, or sometimes even I'm just watching something calm on like YouTube and it's like short, sometimes even that I'm like, I have like a full sensory overload of, it feels like I've been watching the thing for like 8 hours when maybe it's like 2 minutes. So this really worries me for work. I'm really scared I'm not going to be able to keep a job, because I was struggling with my last job and was let go, because of like some of these difficulties and stuff. And they weren't near as bad as how they are now. Um, but I was having like a really hard time with the cognitive part of it. And I figured out how to make it work, but it's finding like an employer that's going to be really supportive and okay with like having to repeat stuff for me. And I know ways to like make things work, but it's just finding that employer that's going to be okay with like having someone who's a bit like mentally disabled and stuff, right? So yeah, which a lot of people really don't like, to be honest. So that's very scary for me. Um, and because I'm on disability now, which is good, I can also only work like something like 16 hours a week, which is like good for me because that's the max I can do anymore. I get really tired and I get quite sick. So, and it does like balance out pretty okay financially, but again, it's trying to find something where I'm not standing all day, because like I still have the fainting spells and the dizziness from like, bending down. I've got so many issues. I could go on here. I've gone on to it more in other videos, but yeah, that's just a concern. So every now and then I see things, and my resume is good, my background's good for a lot of things. It's just trying to find stuff that's close enough to me and stuff that's going to work with my health. And again, an employer that's okay with, that I might mess up quite frequently. I almost got something, but you needed a vehicle. So I was like, and it was like a traveling job. So I was like, damn, but they really wanted to hire me. Anyways, we're going to end this here, and thanks for watching. I got to put my glasses back on. I can't find where's the end button? Oh, they've moved it at the top now. It used to be at the bottom.